Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be talking to you about my PCOS journey, from symptoms to diagnosis to what I've been doing to manage it, since it's basically a lifelong thing that I have to deal with. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the things that I've experienced from doctors, my diagnosis, finding out I have PCOS on top of having fibroids. I didn't know I had either of those until, getting checked. And so I'm going to share all of that with you in today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a PCOS girly, it's not easy out here, okay? Quick disclaimer, because I know this is on YouTube, I don't want anybody thinking that I am a doctor or anything like that. This is all the things that's worked for me and that I'm trying. Some of it hasn't worked, and I'll let you guys know about that as well. So starting off, at first, I would say the only sign that I've had when I was like really young, like teenager, 16, 17, is that I realized around that time that I was having hair pop up on my chin. And I'll insert a video of what it looks like now. But around 16, 17 is when I realized I was having hair on my chin. But I did realize that my mom would always be picking hers out, so I'm like, oh, that's just something that we have to deal with as girls. I was just like, ew, I don't want to deal with that. I was always self-conscious about like having hair under my chin, but still I wouldn't keep up with it, so it would grow. And I think sometimes people would be able to see it, which I would be in my back of my mind like, I don't want nobody to see this. I don't want to deal with that. That's the first sign that made me question, why do I have hair growing on my chin? Like, isn't that something men should have, not girls? So yeah, I was like suspicious about that. Even though my mom had it, I was still like, I don't think that shit is normal. Okay, that can't be right. Next thing, fast forward, because I had no actual symptoms for real from 16 to 23. When I was 23 years old, I got on birth control because I started to mess with men. When I was 23 years old, I got on birth control because, yeah, if my mother watched this, she'd know. Use your brain. Yes, okay. So I got on birth control and I got the depot shot. I didn't do no research before getting on birth control. I just thought, I'm a normal girl, I'm gonna get birth control because that's what girls do if they don't want to have kids, you know what I mean? So I get the double shot. I didn't do no research really. I was only concerned about gaining weight, right? And I did like a quick little research and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the double shot. Go get the double shot. I'm bleeding every single day. After the week that I first get the shot, I'm bleeding every single day after that. I'm like, I don't want to keep bleeding. This is so weird. I never had to deal with this ever in my life. Wrap this shit the fuck up. I go and I get another shot. Idiots. I go and I get another shot because you're supposed to get it every 3 months. Same thing goes on. Like, I'm not bleeding the first week that I get it, but then after that I'm bleeding for the next 3 months. So I'm like, you know what, pump the fucking brakes. I'm not gonna get another shot because I don't like bleeding. Like, that is not normal. This is messing up my body. Apparently PCOS can be triggered by post, or I don't know if it's post birth control or it's just like birth control that triggers it, because the birth control is messing with the hormones in your body, and you not knowing you have underlying symptoms of PCOS from all the way when you was like 17, 16, you now go and take the birth control, right? The birth control is messing up your body, and that's really when everything, I really like gathered myself. I was like 145 pounds from high school to 23 years old. I get the depot shot, I realized that, wait, I'm getting beat. Okay, or so I thought. I'm doing this for like the first couple months. I'm seeing 150 on the scale. I'm like, oh, that's 5 pounds. That's when I started to think like, wait, I'm always 145 pounds. Like 150 is kind of scary to me, but I wasn't really that big. I'll put a picture here. I wasn't that big. So I was still liking my body. I was like, okay, I got a little bit thick and I have a butt. Okay, I'm cool with this 150. I think 150 is like my good range, like my sweet spot. When we get over 150 is when I start to, clutch my pearls. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, wait a damn minute. I'm big. Like I'm actually huge. Like I'm 168 pounds. What? I already like stopped it. I started the depot shot in like June 2021. Stopped it December of 2021. January of 2022, 168 pounds. I was like, that's not what I want. And I literally gained like 10 more pounds, and then I've been at 178 pounds since 2022. Then I realized once I stopped that depot shot is when I started to realize I'm missing periods. I'm missing periods. That's something I never had even when I was a teenager, before I knew all of this. Like I never had missed my period before. I now have more than what was already going on here. Like I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually paying attention to my chin now. Like I'm plucking the hair. I'm like trying to get this up out of here. I'm like, nah, something's wrong. And I was having cramps. So that's when I started thinking maybe I have endometriosis. So I go to the gynecologist. He does the exam, does the ultrasound thingy, goes up inside, does the ultrasound. Oh, you have fibroids. I came to figure out if I have PCOS or endometriosis. You telling me I have fibroids. And you also have, I'll put the image of what the ovaries is looking like right here. And you also have PCOS. I was like, oh. Literally like closed the door while the lady, after the lady was like, oh, okay, you're done, hon. We did find like when she was doing the ultrasound and she was finding the fibroids, and she was like, even though I found these 4, you can also have way more. I said, I literally went to the bathroom and cried. I literally went into the bathroom and cried because I was like, what else am I supposed to do? So that was me finding out that I have PCOS and fibroids. Jump over to now trying to manage it, right? Because I'm doing my research, I'm figuring out all the shit that I was eating was messing up my body. Like I'm eating French toast, I'm eating the American food with all these cheese in it, I'm eating pasta. I swear to God, I will eat pasta every single day at this point. Like in 2022, I dead ass was eating pasta for a week. That was like my meal, okay? 2023 comes around. This is the year that I was like, I'm gonna focus on my health. I was gonna try to be consistent in the gym, but I didn't start thinking like this until June of 2023. I'm gonna be consistent in the gym. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna meal prep. And I'm not gonna lie, that 178 went down to 165 or 164. Yeah, girl. Because I was consistent and I was disciplined for a short amount of time. And I will also add, I was not in the gym as much back then as I am right now. I was not in the gym as much, but but I was eating right. I was not eating gluten and I was not eating dairy. And I gained back the weight because I was back to eating pasta. I was back to the same cycle of eating whatever I want to eat. And 2024 come around, I'm doing the same thing. I'm eating whatever I want to eat. And I realized, hold up, wait a minute. I can insert my birthday picture. I still had the residual effects from 2023 when I lost a little bit of weight. 2024 April, this is what I look like. 2024, literally start my first corporate job and I'm eating the bullshit that they give us at work. Well, they don't force us, but obviously I have no self-discipline. So I'm eating all the snacks at work. And I just realized my face was just getting big. My belly was just round. And mind you, like, I'm a lanky, I'm like not tall, but I'm not short. Like, I'm an average height person. So it's kind of like I have a lot of legs, I have a lot of arms. And just for everything to look like this and then my belly is big, it's kind of odd. It's kind of strange. It's not sitting right well with me. It looks like we need to fix this, you know what I mean? And I knew that, but I would have a week where I'm healthy and then I binge eat. The cravings come back. I'm binge eating all these other bullshit. Like, I'm eating snacks at work, I'm drinking, what was I was having this moment at work where I was drinking hot chocolate and I was doing all the creamers in the all of that was messing up my body. And 2025 came. I wasn't really working out as much because earlier in 2025 I kind of was trying to I was in like a dark cloud. Like, even though I have these goals for myself, I have the things that I want to achieve, I wasn't feeling like I was actually actively doing those things to achieve my goals and to see the changes that I want to see in myself. So I was really like working but not really, eating healthy but not really. So kind of what 2024 was. And I can show you a picture of me in 2025 earlier this year, and I can show you a picture of me this week. I decided like 3 or 4 weeks ago that I'm just gonna be consistent. I've been eating healthy because I do have cheat meals, because I feel like I shouldn't deprive myself. Like, I just cannot. I have to eat. But even me doing the cheat meals is also stopping my progress. So I'm trying to like dial back even on those. So yeah, 2025, I feel like I was starting off feeling like, oh, I kind of feel like I need to like tighten up. Like, if I want the changes that I'm saying that I want to see in my body, or I want to see in my eating habits, I need to change it. Nothing is gonna change unless I change, you know what I mean? Like, I keep hearing that saying all month. Like, I don't know, like, I'll be hearing it from a lot of different like people, but nothing is gonna change unless you change. We can sit here and say, oh, we have PCOS, it's hard for us to lose weight. It is hard for us to lose weight. It is hard for us to manage this because it's a hormone. I'm so tired of the spray. I'm so tired of it, girl. The hormonal imbalance. Like, our bodies are literally, the body is fighting against what we're actually doing. Like, we can work out and we can actually gain weight if we're not implementing eating the right calorie if we're not eating the right foods. Because even if you're in a deficit, I feel like I can still gain weight even being in a deficit if I'm eating bullshit. Because my body's gonna retain water weight and hold on to all this inflammation, and then all that just causes the scale to look like you're more than what you actually are. So I really think it's not like I lost a bunch of fat. I think my body just let go of this inflammation, and I can feel it in my body. Like when I eat something that my body doesn't like, I feel heavy. Like I literally feel it in my face, I feel it in my belly, and I go on the scale and I see the difference. Like, and it's not like I lose that weight overnight, but I feel it. I go on the scale confirms it. Like I didn't gain 6 pounds in one night, but your body's holding on to that water weight, and eating healthy, eating clean can reduce that extra weight that you're seeing on a scale. Like I use the TDEE tracker, I use the TDEE calculator to see, oh my god, my brain cells. I use the TDEE calculator to put my age in there and like my active level, and it gives me my maintenance. And then I put that in ChatGPT, and I'm like, based on what it's saying on this calculator, and I'll also put a link to that calculator if anybody's interested, because that actually helps me to like realize that, oh, it will tell you bitch you're overweight. So it will actually help me to like decide whether or not I want to bulk, cut, or maintain my weight. It will give me my maintenance. Like it will give me the options to say bulk, cut, or, you know, maintain. I said always and obviously together. I always click on cutting because I'm trying to lose weight, and I'll get the macros that they suggest I need to use for my cut. I'll put that in ChatGPT and I'll adjust it a little bit, because it will give me a cut of 18,000 calories, but I want my cut to be 15,000 calories. I'll put that in ChatGPT. I'll create a meal plan for me, and I also have a food scale. Again, I don't count all of my calories myself. I go whatever ChatGPT says what I'm going by. The macros that I want, which is the 1500 calories, ask it to create a meal plan for me, and ask it to be granular with the macros. Like give me the specific grams that I should be looking for on the food scale, or the amount of items or ingredients that I need for the food that I'm trying to eat, if I don't really want to measure it. So for example, I'll put my current example over here. I have a meal plan that ChatGPT produced where I do rice cakes and peanut butter in the morning, and it will tell me in the diagram, it's telling me what I'm supposed to be eating, but then it will give me then a granular list, and I'll probably put an example of what that looks like over here. It gives me a granular, girl, this is a word and not easy for me to say. It will give me a more detailed. It will give me a more my god, you literally cannot say the word and you're still trying to say it. What? It will give me a more detailed list. For example, if I'm eating the rice cakes and peanut butter for pre-workout, right? It will give me 2 rice cakes or 1 rice cakes with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm not really tracking it on an app or anything like that. I just go based on that, and I've seen changes so far. I have lost 8 pounds, okay? And that 8 pounds is not from me following the meal plan. That's me cutting out bullshit food and actually reducing the inflammation in my body, okay? Y'all get me? Yeah. Having your food at home will save you money, save you a big belly, and save you looking inflamed and having other issues aside from the PCOS, you know what I mean? So cutting down on the inflammation in your body is very beneficial. What I can also add to that is the supplements that I am taking that has helped my PCOS, or that I'm trying to be consistent with to see the actual changes. Okay, one that I just started using that definitely has been helping my stomach, L-glutamine. L-glutamine has been helping my bloating situation. when I say my stomach was looking like bake, I literally look like I'm 4 months pregnant. L-glutamine has, and I literally just started using that last week, and I've seen the changes immediately. Like, I was just like, oh, you're a staple, I'm not missing you. So L-glutamine has definitely been helping with my bloating situation. I'm not gonna lie, I did some research on TikTok. I did some research on TikTok to see if PCOS girlies can use L-glutamine, because I know a lot of these some of these supplements cause bloating, so I really wanted to avoid something that would actually impact my stomach. But it helps reduce the sugar and carb cravings, and I can say, as I said, I started to take L-glutamine last week, right? I've been consistent with it. Today I didn't take it. Today my brain cells is like, I need I need a burger, I need bread, I need, literally I'm fiending right now. And I didn't take it today. So that is a clear indicator to me that it was blocking out that noise, because I was like, why is it so easy for me to eat healthy right now? Like this past week I was like, I have no like inkling to like eat bullshit. Another thing that I take as a PCOS girly, I think everybody that has PCOS takes this. It's the myo-inositol. I'll put it right there. The myo-inositol, this one helps with like reducing insulin resistance. I'm insulin resistant. I'm self-diagnosing that shit because everything that I experience is tied to that. So I try to take this supplement, and I'm trying to be consistent with taking it, because I'm not really consistent with taking any supplement. The only thing I've been consistent with is the L-glutamine that I just started last week. But I've also been consistent this past week with taking my supplements. So I take, again, like I said, the myo-inositol, the L-glutamine, and I also take vitamin D3. I take D3 IU 2000, not IU 1000, IU 2000, because IU 1000 is not enough. Based on my labs, it's not enough for me to like get the energy that I need. I take my probiotics, and I also take fish oil. Those 5 supplements are like my core go-to that I need to take, that I'm trying to be consistent with, because these ones is like I need them, motherfuckers. There's other supplements that I've done research on, like berberine. That one also helps with insulin resistance, and it's labeled as the GLP-1 for PLT. It's labeled as the GLP-1 for PCOS girls, so I'm not consistent with that at all. I can't really give any much feedback on that, but these 5 ones that I've talked about in depth, and I actually am more consistent with taking those and actually see the progress, I recommend, if you have PCOS, to kind of like take those. Like, these are like core PCOS girly supplements you need to like buckle up on it. So I cut this stuff out, I take my supplements, I go to the gym, I lose weight, I look cute. Hello? You see, my face is not as big anymore. The face is giving, yeah, the face is giving. No, let me stop. But like, cut the stuff out that's messing up your body, girl, because we want to be cute. We want to be able to wear the crop tops that the girl be wearing at Pilates. The girlies be wearing the crop tops to Pilates and their leggings, and they just be looking cute. And me, I'm over here wearing a little, you know, a long sleeve shirt, because I'm like, it's giving guts, and I'm trying to give abs. I'm trying to give abs, and really and truly right now it's giving guts. So yeah, take it easy on yourself. It's literally, being a girl is so hard. Being a girl is not for the weak. These men be thinking like, oh, we have to be worried about all these responsibilities and be a provider. I literally have to fight to survive at this point. Like, I literally have to fight to survive. I have to fight to figure out what to eat. I have to fight to figure out what workout is not going to stress my body out too much, because it might make me big. I'm at war, okay? I'm at war every single day, fighting this PCOS. So I don't want to hear it. Yeah, take it easy on yourself. I know a lot of people like to say that PCOS girls are lazy, they're just not as disciplined. They don't have to deal with that. They don't have to deal with the extreme fatigue. They don't have to deal with, you know, you might not be able to have kids and you probably want to have kids. Like, yeah, it's so much shit. Like, obviously there's a lot of people with PCOS that have kids, but it's so much things. Like, there's some girls that grow a full beard. It's so much shit that comes with having PCOS, where it's like, outside noise is literally just that, outside noise. Block them out, because they don't have to deal with it. Next, another thing that I wanted to bring up in this video is advocate for yourself. Me being me, I think I just naturally am a hypochondriac. Is that how you say that? I think I'm just naturally a hypochondriac. So like, I'm gonna advocate for myself regardless. I will draw diagrams. Like, I have done this before. Like, I will draw a body diagram and document parts of my body that's not feeling right, okay? And go to the doctor and be like, this isn't, help me fix this. And I will go there and annoy them every single day until they help me. Until I get what I want to hear, because I know 9 times out of 10 I know what's wrong, and if they're not being as proactive to help me, I will be in the mess. Sometimes being and having they don't even like be trying to help you for real. And I don't really experience that a lot, but when I do, I clock it and I just don't go back to that person. I don't have time to be like, oh, my doctor didn't. I clock it and I don't go back. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope me sharing my journey, my diagnosis, and things that I've been doing and implementing for myself has helped you in some way. And I'd love to hear the rest of you guys' story and like what you've been doing to help with your PCOS. I think this is such a journey. I'm so excited to like see what changes I'm gonna see later on just by being consistent and being disciplined. So I would say just be my lip. It's time to wrap this up. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe.